Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sparkalyptic,
And this is Fifi Prosper.
and as you can see, we're sitting at home. We just had an awesome session of Remember Me, and it's really fascinating how sometimes some games are just so beautiful to look at, so fantastic to behold.
Absolutely. And Remember Me is one of those games.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely, the level design, the art
Yeah.
direction. I mean, remember a couple of months ago when we previewed the game live at the Pluto offices. The first thing we noticed was how beautiful it looked.
Absolutely. The graphics are stunning. I mean, it's set in a Neo Paris in 2084. Very futuristic, very gritty.
Yeah, like you see the Eiffel Towers all
Yeah.
rusted in the background somewhere, and the everything looks so classically French, but in
Yeah.
such a dark dystopian
Yeah, very
universe.
gritty and very slummish.
Yeah,
So it's very
very slummish.
Very
absolutely.
slummish.
Yeah, I mean. The everything stands out about this game. The graphics, the lighting effects, the level design. I cannot emphasize how fantastic the level design is. And Capcom, for all you gamers out there, really redeemed themselves with the past few titles they've released, like DMC and Remember Me, I can't. You know what? The only thing on my mind right now is Remember Me. But all I can tell you is Capcom have redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
Fantastic job at that end.
hard for Capcom.
Yeah, and remember when we tried it during the preview, the one thing we had a problem with was the combat system just felt a bit.
You know what? And I still have a problem with the combat system.
I fully agree.
It was very
Yeah.
nice when it was still basic, when we were doing just a few buttons, and then the more complicated it got, the more annoying it got.
Yeah,
When
did
I
you-
was in the
did you
middle of a
feel-
battle, I'm like, oh, I need to check my combat systems again. No,
Yeah,
thank
did-
you. I like to play my games very seamlessly. I don't want to stay going back into my combat menu and checking what the smashes were. No,
Absolutely.
thank
I mean, I'll tell you what. It's awesome how they gave you the opportunity to customize your own
Yeah.
combo systems by which buttons you want to put after each other and what effects you want from your combos.
And I'm sure there are gamers who like that sort of thing.
Absolutely, it was just
Not my
a
piece of cake.
bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's even for veteran gamers and people who are really into the genre. It's going to take you a while to get used to the
Yeah.
whole combo system and how it works. And also, because we went through the whole game, you have maybe up to 4 combos that alternate from 3 buttons to 6 buttons to 8 buttons, but it gets to a point where you don't need all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Not cool.
They could. I think at least I would have rather they focused their combat mechanic on a few clean cut combos that you can use.
Yeah, I agree as well. I agree.
When it comes to me, I still have a problem with the waypoint system
Yeah.
because it gets to a point where there are boxes in front of me. This is someone who's leaping across buildings, climbing the tallest towers. So it's ridiculous to see boxes that she, as Millen, cannot jump on because, well, the waypoint does not allow you to jump on it. So I felt that they were
Yeah, but-
really limiting the level design.
Yeah, but it's just because your instinct shouldn't be to fight the mechanics of the game. You should just go with it. And really, when you do, it's such an awesome experience.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, because Nilan, since we brought up the issue of Nilan, she's a memory hunter.
She is, and
Yeah.
she's looking out for. She's trying to search for her own memories.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And she used to be. It's all about memory management. This game. So
It's
all
called
about,
Remember Me. So memory has to be. You can expect. This is not exactly a spoiler. You need to expect that when something is called Remember Me, a game's called Remember
Yeah.
Me, memory and Alzheimer's or whatever the hell's going on, you'll find out during the game. will has to play its part in
Yeah.
regards to these things.
Agreed.
So this is how it goes. There's also one. I'm not sure if you noticed. She has a British accent. To me, having a female protagonist is really awesome. I really favor games that allow you to play as a female, specifically when you're forced to play as a female. You don't have a choice to go for the gender. Also for girl gamers worldwide. But I could not help but feel that there were so many inspirations from Lara Croft as a character.
Edge, your way ain't gonna work. You got a plan B?
Her British accent, the way she carried
I
herself.
can see why you'd say that, but I don't know. I guess I related to her differently. I didn't feel that way that much.
I was being very
But
critical.
yeah, like you were being very critical. I'm just enjoying the game for what it is. But
apparently.
it was really cool. British accent or not, this game is super fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not going to judge the game according to its accent, but yeah,
Absolutely.
but ultimately, again, fantastically looking game, brilliant in its conception and its ideas, Maybe the gameplay should have been a bit, in my opinion at least, should have been tightened a bit more so that you have a much more cohesive storyline. I mean, ultimately,
I agree with that.
Ultimately, you know, I've always preached about that. Games should be about stories and gameplay experiences much more than about graphics and sound. And as beautiful as Remember Me is, it really drops a few notches in regards to the storyline, which ultimately ends up being just
Really,
you know,
a one-liner. We're Nilin looking for her memories.
yeah, well, in a very, I know,
In a
but
very
even,
beautiful new dystopian Paris.
absolutely, but even something as simple as looking for your memories could have been taken in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And Remember Me, the story falters and falls down on weak plot twists and things that really don't excite you to actually pull on. But do keep playing the game because it's a fantastic experience, one of a kind.
Yeah, we definitely recommend it.
Absolutely, one of the most beautiful games I've played in a while. And for all you hardcore gamers out there, Remember Me is the closest thing you're going to get for a proper Beyond Good and Evil game. So if you've been waiting for Beyond Good and Evil game, the sequel for the classic Beyond Good and Evil for a while, Remember Me is as close as you're going to get to that. So if you like that kind of game style, definitely go for Remember Me.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So you know, how would you rate the overall game?
Let's say out of 10.
Well, if you'd like, go ahead. Throw it.
I would rate it as a 7.5. No, maybe 7.5 would be fair because I'm really leaning on the graphics being awesome. I mean, I love the small touches of when you're in front of when you're in the slums.
Yeah.
I love how like sharp the holograms are. It's very futuristic.
It's clean.
All right,
It
and then
looks
when
so
you're
clean.
in the posh areas of Paris, how like small touches like the menu dropping down in front of the restaurant as you're walking in front of it, and like holograms in front of booths on like fish restaurants and fish huts and all that. That's cool. I really like that.
Yeah,
I'm a very visual person, so I really enjoyed the universe they threw me into.
Yeah, I
So
I agree with you.
7.5.
Yeah, I agree with you fully in regards to the score. I'd give it also a 7. You know, I'd love to give this game an 8 and beyond, but unfortunately, the strongest element in the game is the level design, the art direction, the graphics in general. The music is fantastic as well, but the gameplay and the storyline is not as powerful as I would have wanted it to be. But still, a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's still a fantastic experience. Great game for all you guys to try out. Do give it a shot and let us know what you guys think.
Absolutely.
So here's my gamer salute.
Gamer salute, guys.
And keep us posted on Region 2.